All right, so just get moving here. We're gonna sit down. Actually, yeah, if you need to work into full knee bend this morning, start kind of tall kneeling like this, and then we'll just work our way down into that. So we're just going from tall kneeling to sitting your butt back on top of your heels. So just working through this for right now. If you're not a full knee flexion person, like if you can't touch the back of your thighs to your calves comfortably, then just go as far as you can with this. So you'll hinge your hips back and come back up. So we're just hinging hips back and coming back up. Okay, and as for any of these, if you can't go the back of your thighs to your calves, you can try to do everything that we're doing, just don't go that far. All right, so from here, we're gonna go butt on your heels and then feet flat and sitting down on top of that. Then you bring your toes back under you, come up tall. So you sit down on your heels, move your feet flat, curl your toes under, and come back up. So sit down with your toes curled under. Okay, then you're going to put your feet flat and put your weight there. All right, let's just hang out here for a second. So feet flat should be, if you were wearing shoes, your shoelaces should be on the floor. We're just sitting there getting this stretch. You can shift from side to side here. And good. Okay, so bring your toes under you. So curl them back under. They're going to come up to one knee. And back to your feet, or butt to heels, and switch knees coming up. Butt to heels, switch knees. So let's walk through about 3 more of those each side. Yeah, it probably helps to have like a carpeted area for this one, by the way. That's why we're upstairs today. Okay, so same thing, sit down. Instead of stepping forward, you're gonna come up and step out to the side. And push that knee forward, so you're pushing forward at kind of 45 degrees, but you're still facing directly forward. And then we'll just switch sides. So you don't need to sit back onto your heels anymore, but we're just gonna go side to side here, pushing out. So you'll get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch with this, a little bit of a groin stretch. Just opening up the hips here. Good, okay. From here, we're gonna come back up, and then we're just gonna stand. And then lunging back with the same leg that came forward last. And then we come down at the bottom and switch. Stand. Okay, let's stand 4 times each leg. All right, so bringing one knee up, we're gonna kind of sit back on your heel, right? So it should look like this, with your butt on your heel and your other knee up, okay? From here, we're gonna spin to the other foot and put the other knee down. So now I'm sitting on my right with my left knee up. We're gonna spin back to the other side. So now I'm sitting on my left with my right knee up. Okay, so if you need to use hands for that, you can use hands just to get used to it. But what we're doing is kind of mobilizing your hips, opening up your hips. It will put a little bit of strain on your knee, right? And so if your knee is fully flexed, like the back of your calf is on the back of your thigh, you will get a little bit of a prying motion on your knee. So you just want to be careful with that. Be aware if you have knee stuff. might be an issue. And we're just rolling from side to side. So if it doesn't work for you to like have both knees up and going down like that, you can put both knees down and then open up. In fact, let's do that. So we'll open up here, put both knees down, and open up. So as I'm open, I'm sitting on the other leg. Close, open. Okay, so just opening up the hips here. And good, okay. So let's go sitting on the floor. You're gonna take your right hand and your left leg and push them down into the ground so you kind of lift yourself up. Picture if you were doing a Turkish get up here, you'd have one hand holding the weight up in the air like this. But you don't need to because we don't have weight, okay? So let's just lift yourself up. We won't worry about alternating right now. Let's just lift yourself up 5 times. Just lifting that hip up off the floor, driving the heel of your hand down through the floor, nice and strong. Should be using your butt cheek over here on this side to lift you up. Once you get 5 on one side, we're gonna do 5 on the other. Put your hand in. Okay, now we're gonna do 5 of those each side, but we're gonna alternate. Okay, so it's sort of a brain massage here. You're gonna push up on one side, and then switch to the other. Switch to the other. Remember, opposite things should be pushing into the ground. So if you have your left hand on the ground, your right leg should be pushing down. Okay, good. So next one from there, we're gonna go lift, right? The leg that's straight is gonna come underneath you, and we go to this crawling position, right? Then we're gonna go right back, so come back the way you came, put your butt down, and alternate. So we're pushing up, right? If we were doing a Turkish get up, this knee would be going to the ground, okay? You're gonna go past that and just go to like a crawl position, okay? So you're going from belly button facing the ceiling to belly button facing the floor. Right back the way you came, and we switch sides. Okay, so let's do 5 each side. There you go, Julie. You can even put your other hand to the ground, Julie. There you go. So you will end up on all 4s. Good. So when you finish with your belly button facing the floor, it should be like you could crawl away. There you go. All right. So once you're done 5 times each side there, we'll go ahead and stand up. Okay. So we're just gonna go under and over here. So pretend, well, for now, let's just bring the knee up and around. Up and around. So what we're working on is staying tall here, not bringing your chest down to your knee, but bringing your knee up nice and high. We're just rolling through like this. So come up and open. Okay. Good. So what we're going to do now is step up and over. So pretend there's we usually say, if we're at the gym, we usually say step into the bathtub. So bring your knee up and over. You've stepped into the tub. Now you got to bring the other leg up and over. And we stand nice and solid. Okay. So we step up and over, up and over. The goal here would be to be completely quiet with your upper body rather than seeing lots of tilting, right? Shoulders should stay level, right? If you had like airplane wings, those airplane wings should stay nice and level as you go, as opposed to tilting, okay? All right, so let's go 5 times each side, up and over, up and over. Remember staying nice and tall with your upper body. Should be lifting your knee higher than your waistband. Okay, so now we're gonna slide under. So pretend there's a, I don't know, a tree branch or a low wall. Okay, we're gonna get down and reach that leg out, slide yourself under and stand up. Reach out, slide under, stand up. Let's do 5 each side. Remember, you've got to get down low. So a lot of people will do this, like do a lateral squat and lean into it. And this thing is right here. So you've got to get low, then slide under and stand. Good. Okay, now let's put them together. So we're gonna go up and over, and then down and under. So we'll go this direction 3 times. And then we'll reverse that process. Okay. All right, good. So whatever's around you, if you have something that you can jump to, whether it's a pillow or just pick a spot on your, maybe it's a tile, pick a spot on your floor that you can jump to, right? And all we're gonna do is a 2-foot jump. And maybe for you, that's straight up and landing, okay? Maybe it's point to point if we're jumping forward and just sticking that landing. For us, we're putting the pillows down. We're just gonna try to go from 2 feet to 2 feet. If you're using pillows, just be aware of, they're gonna slide around on you. All right, so let's go ahead and do 15 jumps. 15 jumps, however you end up setting up your room. We're just jumping to a target. So make sure you pick a target, and then we're jumping 2 feet to 2 feet. No. Nice.
Should you go from that?
Yeah, hopefully you don't mind your pillows getting stomped here. Okay, now same idea, still using targets, but instead of a 2-foot jump, we're gonna do a leg swing jump. So this would be like, you're just gonna swing one leg through. So I swing that leg through, and then I either land on one leg or 2. So it might look like this. Take that leg, swing, and land on 2 feet. Swing that leg through, land on 2 feet. Okay, so you're actually pushing off of 1 here, you can land on 2. Let's see what everybody's setup looks like here. That's it. Pick a target. Good job, guys. Pick a target, land on that target. Swing that leg through.
Slippery. Slippery. That one's slippery.
Okay. Good. All right. So I think at this point in the this whole stay-at-home thing, everybody could use a med ball to slam. Unfortunately, we don't have any of those to throw or slam or anything like that. So those are kind of out for now. But we're going to do a circuit of 3 exercises here, and we're going to do that for 10 minutes. All right. So we're going to just cycle through 3 exercises for those 10 minutes. The first one we already did this morning was that kind of rotation, the flip, where your belly button's facing the ceiling. And then if you were doing a Turkish get up, the leg that's straight is going to come under you, but you're not going to go to your knee. You're going to go to the crawling position and then back. Good. Then we switch sides. Roll all the way over to a crawl and back. You'll do that 5 times each side. All right. From there, you can just stay on the floor, and we're going to go up to a knee. So from this 90-90 position at the knees, you're going to come up to a knee and back down. Flip sides. Come up. Okay, just for easy numbers, we'll do this 5 times each side. Okay, and then let's see the last one. We'll go 5 jumps. You can either jump straight up and land, or you can make progress like you're jumping from point to point. Okay, so 5 of those flips, right? So going from that belly button up to belly button down, 5 jumps, and 5 90-90 hips up to a knee. Okay, so we'll go for 10 minutes here, and we go. If you have questions, guys, I can see you here, so flag me down. Good, I see lots of good work here. Make sure, as you're rolling over, make sure your shoulder is nice and strong. Drive that heel of your hand down through the floor. We're getting lots of shoulder mobility out of this. Good core strength. Vertical. And you have the legs under. Just stay on your toes there instead of going to your knees. There you go. Other hand. So rotate on the ball of your foot. Don't go to your knees. You should end up here. Here. So on the 90-90 knees, as you're going, if you need to, you can keep your hands behind you, right? This is a good way to kind of get used to this. We haven't really done this yet today, so if you need to lean back and keep your hands behind you, that's okay. And even if you come up and you need to put fingertips on the ground, you can do that. But for the most part, we're trying to work our way to being hands-free and coming up to that half kneeling position. We go half kneeling or standing.
Yeah.
If you want to get a little bit more out of this, you can do exactly the same circuit, except instead of going from here and just coming up to your knees, you can go ahead and stand all the way up and just take that leg right back down. I'm actually sweating a little bit. This is good, I guess. Sweat level on this one is damp t-shirt. Looking good, guys. We're 3 minutes into this thing. So remember, the goal with this is not to rush through it and do it as fast as you can. Okay, the goal with these is more do this as well as you can. So this is one of those things that if we're practicing good movement patterns, if we're practicing good movement, then that gives us those movements to do. You're going to move better in everyday life, which is what we want. Okay, so just make sure we're moving through this nice and smooth. Okay, try to do it hands-free when possible. If it helps, as you're doing the rolls, think about going from what would be a crab crawl. So my hips are off the ground here, rolling over to that all fours position. From crab crawl to all fours. Just kind of pivot on your toes or on the ball of your foot. There you go. There you go. Nice. And switch. Yeah, you got it. Yep. Good job. As you work your way through this, you can take a stretch wherever you need it. Right, so if you think you need a little bit more work down here, just kind of sit into that. Feel that stretch a little bit more. So you'll notice on these Thursdays, there's a lot of groundwork. We're over halfway there, guys, over halfway. Kelly, I see you bringing your right and right over top. So you should have, if your right hand is on the floor, your right leg should be going under you. So right now your left hand is on the floor. You should bring your, there you go. Oh, wait a sec. I can't, you're off camera. I can't tell which leg is bent. I think you got it. There you go. Yeah. Good. Good, just working through at your pace here. Got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Huh? More you practice, the better you get. Yep, good. Yep. Bring your foot in, bring your foot, your bent leg in closer to you. There you go. There you go. Good. Huh? Good. Gotta work your toes. So the other thing you'll notice with this stuff is like lots of bending your toes a lot, mobilizing your first toe, all your toes really. That's one thing we want to make sure we keep those nice and flexible and get big flexion on those toes. Keep your feet nice and loose and pliable. 2 minutes left. As with all this stuff, guys, alternate if you can. So if you need help improving the skill, or if you feel like you don't quite have the skill down, go ahead and stick with the same side. So it's easier if you're struggling with this a little bit, to keep one side planted on the ground as you do it. That'll help you groove the movement. But then when you're ready to, you feel like you're better with the skill, go ahead and alternate sides. And last minute here. Remember, if you want to add more, you can go ahead and stand up. If you want to add more to the one where you're rolling over into a crawl, you can actually, once you get rolled over, so once you roll over, you can actually crawl forward. And once you get to that new spot, when you flip back, crawl back to where you came from. Crab crawl and bear crawl. "30 seconds. Yep. Yep. Now just immediately put your others to the floor. Good. There you go. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job, everybody. I hope you enjoyed a little movement massage to start your day. Everybody is one workout closer to a t-shirt. Woo! All right, guys, have an awesome day, and we'll be in touch. 12 o'clock today, I'm doing a stress relief or stress management lunch and learn. It'll be about 20 minutes at noon, and I promise you're not doing the first one. There's about 5 steps to do. I promise you're not doing the first one. So this same link will get you there. I'll put another email out this morning just to make sure you know. So Carla, I saw your note. Hopefully you're able to join us. All right, take care, guys. Have an awesome day.